Hey everyone, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Thank you guys for joining us today. All right, we are going to get started right away. So thank you for joining our Prevent the Summer Slide, Supporting Reading and Math All Summer Long webinar. We're going to take you guys through some tips and tools today for summer and math resources. I'm going to let my Jen and Amy introduce themselves.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Amy Lau, and I'm joining you from Durham, North Carolina. I'm the Director of Educator and Family Engagement at MetaMetrics. We are the people that bring you Lexile and Quantile measures. I come from a long background in education, about 20 years in the classroom, including coaching teachers as well as professional development. Also, the parent of two middle schoolers, middle school daughters. So this is really relevant to my world, talking today about ways to engage parents and families over the summertime. And I'm going to pass it off to my friend and colleague, Jen.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Williams. I go by Jen. I teach third grade math and science in Tennessee. I'm also a mom, been an educator for well over 20 years, and I am an educator ambassador for the wonderful company called MetaMetrics.
All right, so today we're going to walk through the items you see here on our agenda. I'm going to start with a brief overview of what are Lexile and Quantile measures. You might be here because you know what they are. You might be here because you know what Summer Slide is and you want to learn what Lexile and Quantile measures are. Then we're going to talk about some of our key tools that you can use throughout the summer to keep kids learning, including Find a Math activity. Jen's going to do a great walkthrough of this new tool that was just recently launched in April. And then I'm going to show you a free summer reading and math resource page that ties it all together for you. So you have one place to go and find these resources, whether they're for your own children or to share with the families that you work with. Yeah, and then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. If you want to follow along with us, we encourage you to log into hub.lexile.com. You see the URL at the bottom of the screen, and you can create a free account. Just hit login if you already have one, or you can register for a free account and follow along with all of the tools that Jen and I are going to show you today. All right, so a little bit about Lexile and Quantile measures. Before we get into that, we say at MetaMetrics that we don't believe in giving more assessments. I think Jen can attest as teachers and parents, we also don't want more assessments. Instead, we like to find ways to help teachers and families get more out of the assessments they're already taking. So we don't have or distribute an official Lexile and Quantile test that you can buy for your kid. Instead, your students are likely already receiving these measures. We partner with states across the US and also lots of assessment companies distribute our measures. And so if you are not sure where to find this, ask your teacher or ask your data lead at your school, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction. A quick crash course for you on what is the Lexile framework for reading. So Lexile is our more commonly used measure so far. We're working on Quantile, so you'll hear about that as well. It is a number followed by the capital letter L. And the Lexile framework you can see here takes the reading ability of a student and the complexity of a text and puts them on the same framework. And what this allows you to do as a teacher or a parent is to match students with books that fall within their range and they'll be able to comprehend at a level that shows reading growth. So we know we're pairing them with books that they can read, that are a little bit of a stretch, but that are going to be fun and engaging for them. The sweet spot for your student is 50 Lexile above their measure and 100 below. We know that students aren't just one data point, and so we provide a range for you that encourages that steady reading comprehension growth. Yeah, we can go to the next slide, Gabby. So our most commonly used tool, which if you're following along, is under the tools drop down, Lexile Find a Book. It's our flagship tool. It is used all over. People really love it, so much so that going into the summer, we have made it free and unlimited. And that's a permanent change for now. So you don't have to pay or do anything extra other than just register a free account to get as many searches as you want. Here you can see, this is just a quick screenshot. You can see that you can type in your student's measure. It will populate a range. And then the really fun part for students is being able to have some ownership over what books they find. And so they can select categories. If you scroll down, if you're following along with us, you'll see that they can, select that they want graphic novels or that they want books in a series. And so we know that kids are more engaged when they have ownership. And so you can go ahead and log into that and check that out. And you can save them to your favorites. There's a bookshelf up there in the corner so that you and your students can create a list ongoing and then download it and go off to that library or the books, your favorite bookstore, and find the books that you want. Similarly, quantile measures are the math version of Lexile, essentially. So we take a student's math measure that they get from that assessment, and we have actually measured lots and lots of math materials, games, activities, worksheets. A lot of different content has been measured using the Quantile Analyzer and given a quantile measure. Same as Lexile, it allows you to find math materials that are aligned with your students' math readiness zone. And that range for them is 50 above and 50 below their quantile measure. Which leads me to our newest tool, which is called Find a Math Activity. You're probably not surprised to learn that it is a sister tool of Find a Book. People love Find a Book so much and have had so much success with it that we designed a tool that is very similar. Jen's going to give us a walkthrough, but if you go to the next slide, Gabby, I'm just going to do a quick overview because this is a new tool. Some of you may not be familiar. Find it in that tool drop-down menu. It is free and unlimited, and it allows easy use with our quantile measures. Put in your student's quantile measure. Down on the bottom, you'll see there's 6 strands that you can choose from. We made it simple, ideally, and it allows you to curate from 3,000 resources that have been assigned a quantile measure. So I don't want to steal Jen's thunder. I just wanted to tee it up for you. So go ahead, Jen. Jen's going to give us a walkthrough of how she, as a teacher and a mom, use this tool.
All righty, I am going to share my screen. And real quick, I did a quick search about which assessment products report quantile measures. And there are a bunch that I will drop into the chat if necessary, but I wanted to go over a couple. So this is FastBridge. If you go to reporting for FastBridge, and then you hit the math and the grade and hit math program, which is Quantile, the Quantile measures will come up. And this is a sample. This is on the renaissance.com website. Our district uses STEM scopes. If you use the benchmark tests provided by STEM scopes, they will give you quantile analytics. Here is Exact Path by Edmentum. If you look on other metrics, they'll give you a quantile measure. MAP, NWEA. If you look right here, there's a quantile measure there. So those are a couple places where or a few places where you can find quantile measures. Here is the Lexile Hub. I am going to go right here, and then I'm going to drop down to Tools, Find a Math Activity. I'm going to put in a quantile measure, 320Q. And if you look right there, it'll give me a range, and I'm going to hit search. Now, well, if you look on the second column, there are topics or strands, and there are the activity types there. And if you want to filter, you can filter over this way. But let's see, making change to $1. Let's see. That's a worksheet. I think I like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, it says remove. I'm going to save it because I'd already saved it to Ely's profile. And let me filter this. Let me go to the math strands. I want to go to numerical operations. Click out. I want games, worksheets, and interactive practices. Update results. Ha, that's nice. Alrighty, so I want to do a quiz modeling division. Let me look and see if I like that. It's okay. Alrighty. So if I like that, I can go to, I've already saved that too. Let's go to this one. So you see, I really do use this. Alrighty, I think I like that one. So we are going to save that. So I'm going to save that to Roy's because I think that's where Roy needs that. Alrighty, and if you don't know the quantile measure, don't fret. Just go to find a math activity, search by grade, third grade, just right, submit. You can also search by strand that Amy showed you earlier. So I want to do measurement. Subtopics, let's do money. And I want a video, a game, and ooh, yes, I want all of them. And then I want to search. And there are resources that I can look up and save to my resources. So if you go to my saved resources there, and if I go to Ely's, I can see everything I saved for Ely. So that is Find a Math Activity. I'm really excited for y'all to use it.
That was awesome. One more thing before you go away from that, Jen.
Uh-oh, let me share
I'll
my
give you a second to
screen.
come back. So, as I mentioned, was in the classroom for a long time. I know Jen is as well, and a lot of you out there are. This is the time of year when families want to know, how can I help my kid over the summer? Do you have anything? And so I would spend time curating lists or coming up with class-wide lists. And what Jen just showed with her list, if she can pull it up again, if not, I can, is
Let me
that
pull it up.
yeah, is that those lists, so that list for Ely, she can open it up as an educator, but it's also really easy to share with families. So if it's the end of the summer, if you're approaching winter break, if you're just looking for homework, she can actually scroll down, go over to, yep, share list. And then there's the link, and you pop it in the email to Ely's family and just say, this is what she can do over the summer. This is what they can do over the summer. And the resources we curate are, the goal is for them to be free for all. So they're not owned by us. They're just measured by us and curated by us so that you can go and you can know that it aligns with that child's measure, and you can log on and it should be free or available for you just through the good old internet. There are also printable things in there. I know not everybody wants their kids to be on the computer very much over the summer, and so there's things that you can print as well to practice. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing.
Sorry to put you on the spot. You did a great job.
Oh, no, it's the last day of school and what, you know?
Yeah, you could tell she's a teacher. All right, and now I'm going to steal the screen because I promised you, I don't know if there's anything. Feel free, y'all, in the chat to pop in your questions. Gabby's keeping an eye on that. And you don't have to wait till the Q&A at the end. So if you have things that come up, just feel free to pop it in the chat and we'll answer it as we go along. And then Jen just put some links in the chat for you to find where you can get your quantile measures. So we talked about find a book and we talked about find a math activity. And we also talked about the importance of preparing our families for that summertime, that long stretch when we don't always have structured school. And so we also on the Hub recently launched an at-home learning page. Make sure I'm showing the right thing. So you can get to the at-home learning page right from the landing page that Jen just shared with you. You don't need an account to access this page. So you can just go ahead and when you land here, you'll see your new at-home learning. And what we've done here is we've taken the different tools and resources that are most valuable for families over the summer, and we've put them in one page. So if you're a busy educator and you're looking for a way to just help parents find something meaningful, you can even just send them this page because it walks them through the things that they can do. And so you can see here, there's 3 steps on the top, and we'll talk through these quickly. A lot of them we already unpacked. And we lay it out for teachers and for families. Step 1, here's a couple things you can do to get started over the summer. Keep a routine, 20 to 30 minutes a day, 20 to 30 minutes every other day, whatever your family decides. The routine is key. We know this from being with children and teaching for many years. Talk about books together. This is from pre-kindergarten all the way up past high school. A lot of us as adults talk about books. It doesn't need to be anything formal. Just take some time, talk about a book. What are you reading? What do you like? What do you not like? And then celebrate progress, focus on their effort and growth. And so just talking through how many things did you accomplish today, or how many pages did you read today, or what did you learn today? Any sort of indicator of progress. There's a video here. Again, this comes from an outside resource, but it's a really great example of how to read to your child. So you can then watch this teacher, this trained educator, and how they interact and they read with the book, with the child and their book. You can jump down to step 2, explore the tools, and these should directly link to find a book and then also to find a math activity, and they should open up. So again, you don't have to send your family separate links. Those 2 tools that Jen and I just highlighted for you, they're designed for you, but also for families. They're very family friendly. And then step 3, if people want more, we actually have some print and practice resources. Jen alluded to the resource center where these mostly live. The links will take you, you can either select the resource center just to see everything we have if you want. As a parent, it can be a little overwhelming. And so what we've laid out here is our top 4 printable resources that might be meaningful for your families. For the younger or early readers, we have decodable passages for short vowel sounds, SH, CH, PH. It's not a comprehensive list, but we do have about 35 passages that your families can download. You will click here. And it's already, this is our resource center, but it's already filtered for decodable passages so that they can actually select the sound. You could help them with that, or they can just work their way through it. They can print those there. Foundational math activities, also for our early mathematicians. There's activities in there that parent-led activities. Count the windows in your house. Let's skip count 1, 2, 3, 4. So we lay that out for your family so that you don't have to pull that together on your own. 21st century phrase list. So these are the most commonly used phrases in popular grade level textbooks, preparing either for the next year or remediating for kids who maybe need that practice from this past year. You can look at the list. And then the Summer Math Challenge is an old favorite. It's actually coming back. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the Summer Math Challenge. It is now available as PDFs on our resource center. So we've had people, actually just had a teacher email me a couple days ago, when is Summer Math Challenge coming back? It looks a little different than it used to, but you can download, or families can download the grade that they want. This is also great for if you have a bridged class, or if you have a 2nd grader who's really ready for some 3rd grade stuff, you could do some pre-teaching, or the families could do some pre-teaching there. And when you select on this, this is printable. Again, not everybody wants to be on the computer or is even able to be on the computer. So this is a printable 6-week program that has been developed by our Quantile team so that we know it's mathematically accurate, and it walks them through different activities, and then you can celebrate at the end. Remember that tip number 3 was celebrate your progress. If you get through week 1, great. Decide with your family how that's going to be celebrated. And then last but not least, if you want to dive deeper and get some answers to your questions about quantile measures, there's a video here, also something you could share with families if you find that meaningful when you send home that assessment data at the end of the school year. There's a blog written by another one of our amazing teachers, Miss Tamar. She's from Florida, and she wrote this great Unlocking Summer Learning blog about a year ago about ways that she does it with her child. Staying motivated. Tools about getting a personal bookshelf and a math activity list. That's what Jen showed you. and then how do I talk about books? This is a great resource from the National PTA, and it actually connects families with ways that they can talk about books with their kids all the way from early readers, pre-K, all the way up through high school. So we put some things there for you. We wanted to find the balance between meaningful, but also digestible for families. We know this can be hard work for them and for all of us. So let's stop sharing. Gabby, you're on mute.
All right, can you all see the Q&A?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
perfect. Sorry, thank you guys. Okay, sorry about the chat. It was disabled in the beginning. I think I enabled it now. But if you have any questions, please put them in the Q&A. We'd be happy to help and answer any questions that you do have. I have not seen any yet.
We also recognize that this is a busy time of year for everybody. So thank you all for coming. It is Jen's last day of school. Today was literally, that's how much she cares about these tools. She is spending her last day of school with us. So thank you all to everybody else who's out there. We know this is a really busy time for teachers and for families. My middle schooler is graduating in a couple weeks, so we know how busy this can be. So thank you so much for coming out. I hope you found it meaningful. You can feel free to reach out. My email address is alau, Amy Lau, alau at metametrics.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions that didn't get answered today.
And I'll let it sit for a couple more minutes if anyone has any questions. But we also will be sending out the recording to you guys. So that will be coming soon, and we can put any personal information like emails for Amy and maybe Jen as well. Um, just please email us if you have any more questions, but I don't see any coming in. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll get this recording out to you soon.
Thanks,
Thanks.
thanks everyone.
Bye.